Hello YouTube and good morning. This is going to be a little bit of a special video, and I'm sorry if you're like one of those people that is going to find this video annoying or hard to watch, but this is going to be a chill morning video, and it's going to be a long video, and I hope that you'll join me in this morning routine, or what we should call it, this morning hour, because I feel like doing a long video today, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things, and this is gonna be sort of a behind the scenes video. I don't try to make it anything of a scene. I always try to be behind the scenes, but this is going to be extra behind the scene, and it's going to be practice for me in authenticity, I guess, which is a weird thing, practicing authenticity. That implies, in my head at least, that yeah, I don't know what it means. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my view of this room, and uh, that's good because this is sort of a memory channel for me as well. It is entertainment for you. For me, it's something to look back on in 20 years' time and be like, wow, cool memory. Like a photo album, but with videos. And of course, one of the main purposes of this channel is that I know that when my son and perhaps other kids, if I have them, I do want more ladies, if in 20, 30 years or so, if if YouTube still exists, or if and this channel still exists, I'll download it in like 10 years just to be safe. But can you imagine if you had just a video journal from your parents in the same, from, so I'm 32, I would do anything for like a huge video journal, or even normal journals of my parents and grandparents when they were 32 years old. And video journals are just infinitely better than text journals, because you just see them, see what they see, and yeah, that is, I think, that is one of the most amazing things with our sort of digital technology. Because just looking at photos from when our parents are young, it's fun, I think, at least. And now we get to just have a nostalgic event with a day, or like in this case, an hour. I hope I have the phone memory, because that's the plan. This is the morning hour podcast, I guess. Um, so I'm gonna switch over the camera, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm on call today. Let me show you the thing. Here we go. So if this starts beeping, this is wrong, by the way. It's like 9 or something. I'll have to pause the video and pick it up later because I'm on call. When I'm on call, I want to make sure that I have a good day, because I've been on call so much over the last few years that it feels a little bit like a prison. I kid around and I say that it's, I don't know what it's called. What's the thing you have around your foot when you're a criminal? An ankle monitor. That is what this feels like, because for the last 4 or 5 years, I have been on call for half of all of those days. The normal is that you are on call a quarter, but we're missing people and I need the money anyway. So, yeah, I am on call a lot, which means that I spend a lot of time at home, alone. Yeah, last couple of years as well. And I realized that I actually need to curate these days and make them good, because even though I'm sitting at home making money, that still doesn't cut it. It doesn't make me feel good enough, even though I understand, of course, that I am just so blessed that I'm spoiled, right? Uh, if I just could do a cognitive reframing and be like, go work on, the last job that you had that you absolutely hated, you would much rather, of course, be at home enjoying the TV or playing video games or reading or working out and getting paid. But that doesn't help anymore because, you know, post divorce and whatever, and especially now, that's the problem with this project I'm doing of a 1990 summer. I'm not allowed any social media. Well, I chat with my friends. I realized that I can keep Messenger because text message and Messenger is basically the same thing. What I have sort of done is I deleted the Facebook app and the Instagram app, TikTok, Snapchat, Reddit, and something more. And I'm very happy to have done that. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I expected there to be sort of a something like, I don't know what it's called, abstinence, when a drug addict feels like, something's missing. But no, only the messenger part is important to me. Nothing else remotely matters. I wasn't even scrolling on Instagram anyway because I already knew how bad it is for you. I was only posting. And now I did go into Facebook yesterday, which is a breach of the contract. Very bad. But I also said that even though I called it a 1990 summer, I was aiming for like a 2007 summer, which is, one of the best years in my life. The summer of 69, for me, it was the summer of '07, for sure. Great year, fantastic year. Shout out to my old friends, Anton Hedén, Pontus Hedén, Linda Brodén, Sabina. Yeah, it was a great summer. And then you had Facebook. So, on the computer. So I was on the computer. But I just realized, wow, just immediately when I went on Facebook, I felt um, bad. And I was like, oh, this is not good for your well being. And it was such a contrast from how I was feeling like, 2 minutes earlier. And then I realized that this algorithm, of course, because if I looked at what is it in the feed, what is it? Because Facebook is supposed to be about your friends' things, which is not, which is crazy actually. Because I have a lot of Facebook friends. I like adding people on Facebook because I've always thought it was a very cute and good idea. So I have something like 1,300 friends. Maybe once every day I see a post from one of my friends. What? It's just these bullshit groups and pages that I don't even follow that's posting stuff that the algorithm feeds to me because it's a super intelligent machine that learns what emotionally triggers you. And you have to be in a very positive place for there to be only positive things in your feed. So if your feed is filled, if you don't just say, oh, my feed is filled with positive things, go look at it, go make statistics and stuff like that. And if it's literally all of it is just gratitude, Jesus Christ, and love, then good for you. That was how it was for me 2023. But the very second you're like a little bit down, it's gonna tap into that. You see, this algorithm is so smart and so well trained that it, based on the patterns of other people, and this is not a conspiracy theory, it's absolutely true. I'll prove it if you want. Based on the algorithm of patterns of other people, it will know what to show you next, even. Isn't that insane? So for me, it was, uh, as you know, been going through kind of a rough patch this year with the, breakup and everything, and now living alone with my son every other week. Whereas earlier I was living full time with a family of five. Don't have to go into it any more than that. But um, my feed has been filled with various stages of breakup recovery, one could say, or breakup phases and grieving phases. And it's not strange because when it comes to grief, we know the stages, basically, in a general fashion. But this algorithm knows the phases of everything. And so I would get, clips and videos and images of like, oh, why they will absolutely be coming back, and oh, they regret leaving you, and oh, and after a while it was like learning to accept that they're not coming back and stuff like that. And it's so in tune with, what you're gonna click because it has tested it on other people over and over and over again. And with how many people there are in this world, whatever, basically, whatever you're going through, 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000 people has gone through it before, recently. For you to go through something that less than 10 people have gone through is, you would have to be so much larger than life, uh, or unique, that it's crazy. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. It's not important. Um, One of the things that I want to talk to you about is yeah, what makes a good day? And it's not scrolling social media. And I'm doing, um, the 1990 summer anyway, the 2007 summer. I have to make today quite good. Some days I just I try to just live my life without any sort of hustle stuff. I just have fun, be a yes man. Yesterday I did that. We're going to talk about that in a second. Uh, but I wanted to show you the view. So here I am every morning in my recliner that I don't really like because this thing is quite hard to push down. I don't have very strong hamstrings. So I just leave it up and step on the sides, which my wife absolutely hated for some reason, and she would always, never mind, not going to talk about that. So, when planning your day, which is kind of a nice thing to do, I really like chilling on the morning. I like chilling a lot of times, but in the morning it doesn't make me feel bad if it doesn't take too long. It's gonna take too long today because we're making an hour-long video, but that's fine because I make plans, but I don't feel bad if they don't work out. But I at least specify what I want to do today and what I don't want to do today. And of course, there is more things that would make me feel good, and there is more things that would make me feel bad. Uh, it's funny that I say that, make me feel good and make me feel bad. I'm talking about what makes today a good day in my opinion. So when I'm gonna go to bed later, will today have been a good day? So these are things that this is the date, of course. This is Psychology Everyday 119, which is a number that I like because it's 19th January is my birthday. Yes, yes, things. Make a video, YouTube video. I have set a sort of promise and a goal that I absolutely will 100% keep, which is to make a video every day about psychology or something psychology related until I, get my exam, which is in something like 1,080 days, or no, it's less. 1,020 days. I'll have to look it up. So this I have to do. I have to do that. Well, I'm not gonna die if I don't, but I have to do it. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I have to write 10 minutes or more on a day where I'm on call. If I don't, it's a failed day in my opinion, and I will feel bad, even though I'm not supposed to feel bad. I don't know, but it has actually served me well to put pressure on myself in some disciplinary manners. So I think it's okay if I feel bad, if I fail that. I can take it. I can take it from myself. I can look myself in the mirror and be like, you failed today. It doesn't make you a bad person, and you are not a failure, but today was dog shit. I think that's okay. Working out makes me feel good, and especially today, I'm going to work out with other people, which I very much like. If I clean and do laundry, that is something that extra makes me feel good. makes me actually feel very good about the day. And if I read, that is also something that makes me feel very, very good, because reading for me is a sign that I have peace and quiet, and that I'm not too screwed by my screen addiction, which, when talking about screen addiction and addiction in general, I realize more and more that it's it's a replacement behavior, I think. I talked about the vacuum replacement theory in a different video, and I'm going to talk about it more in the specific context of addiction in a different video. But basically, some addictions are just escapes. And that is very important to understand, because it's not just about dopamine hits in your head. Some addictions are fixable by replacing them with other healthier habits. I have never once felt the need to look at a screen or distract myself when I'm having fun talking to someone, or when I am driving a motorcycle, or when I am drunk. And of course, being drunk is not a healthy substitute, but it is some sort of information, some sort of learning. And I'm getting to the point in my head. I'm not done yet. I haven't figured it out quite yet. And I haven't read anything about addiction basically in the psychology program yet. I have only learned it by thinking about it and by, you know, am I very cross-eyed today? Maybe. Or, if you have what is known on YouTube as a prawn or pawn or something, you know the words, ends with an N and starts with a P. Can't say that word on YouTube. So I'm not gonna. Please don't shadow ban me, YouTube. I love you, and I will be your best friend forever. YouTube algorithm, you are the favorite of all the algorithms. You are the best. Like I talked about earlier, the Facebook and the Instagram algorithms are bad and toxic. You, YouTube algorithm, you are the best. Thank you so much. Unless you are in a state of catatonic, apathic gooning, but even then, perhaps the best and perhaps the only way to fix that addiction is by getting a partner that loves being intimate with you. Because a lot of our so called addictions are just part of being human. We're all, when you talk about food addiction, um, that is a problem for some people because they use food for the hits and stuff like that. But we actually need food. We're all addicted to food because if you don't eat it, you will die. But before then, you will also feel very bad. You will crave it. So think about what addiction actually is and what it means. There's a difference between the classical word addiction, which means chemical addiction, and other things that we call addictions, which is not the same thing. I don't know where I was going with this either. Doesn't matter. This is the morning podcast and we're having a great time. So let's look. Oh yeah, reading is good because that means that my screen addiction is not not crazy at the moment, which means in turn that whatever is causing my screen addiction is fine. And the thing that is causing my screen addiction is basically a horrible fear for the silence without screens that allows my inner demons to pop up from my subconscious and tell me all sorts of things. Moving on. On the no list, it's scrolling social media because I know this will make me feel bad and I know it will waste time, so much time and opportunity wasted. And it's sort of a curse just learning, just looking and tracking your phone use and realizing, just waking up like, oh my God, how much a normal person spends just wasting your entire God given life on this useless activity. It is not uncommon at all. I'm not even bad when it comes to this, but it's not at all unusual that people spend 3 hours every single day scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Stop. I'm looking at myself now. Doesn't look like it because, if I'm looking at the camera, it looks like this. If I focus to try and not be cross-eyed, looks like this. Now I'm looking at myself. Stop. Stop scrolling social media. It is the worst idea ever. If you don't live your life, that is like dying. But wasting your free time and your opportunities is even worse than dying. Because then you have to still live and still do the boring stuff. Because, life entails stuff that you don't want to do because you have to pay the bills. You have to, I'm not going to go into the old, you can just go in the wild. I'm talking about us normal people. You have to do things to pay the bills. You have to clean. You have to do various other things that you don't want to do. You have to get your car repaired and then go, to the place where they look at it and it's like, fine, this is good for another year. You have to take out the trash. You have to take care of your home, renovate it sometimes. You have to mow the lawn. I try to actually, I focus very much on eliminating things like that because I hate them so much. People say I have a lot of energy and discipline. Well, I'm going to tell you the secret is because I try to automate as many other boring things as possible so that I can spend all of my willpower on voluntary, things. Life hack. Cousin of mine replaced his heating system, which was pellets. It's like burning wood, but it's sort of pellets. It's a bag, and you pour it into a and it's not as much work as firewood, but you have to uh, restock it like once every 3 days, and once every week or every other week you have to clean out the sort of ash and stuff like that, which takes like 20-30 minutes. And then you have to once a year at least, they bring the pallets to your house if you pay a little extra, but then you have to carry them in and pack them properly. And at least once a year this system breaks down, and you are left without heat, and then you have to go and get new parts and exchange them if you can yourself. Otherwise you have to go to someone and pay them to do it, and it costs money, and it's super annoying. And I don't know if it's my ADD or I'm not autistic, even though I have some sort of small traces of it. But that stuff, I hate it so much. And my cousin got it replaced with a automatic heating system, which is, I don't know what it's called, a rock heat, where they drill down into the mountain under your house, and it's all automated. And he explained that it was the best purchase that he ever made. And when I calculated the cost, I realized that if I just up the mortgage on my house to install this heating system, even though it costs $20,000 per month with the added mortgage, rent and stuff like that, my monthly expense still went down because it uses so little electricity compared to what I had to pay for the pallets. And yeah, just absolutely the best purchase I have ever done as well. Um, by far. I used to kid that it was the second best purchase. Um, and if we're just being super authentic right now, and real, and sharing stuff, I used to kid that my ex's boob job was the best purchase I have ever made. And of course, now I don't think so, because we're not together anymore. Damn, that's a knife to the heart. But yeah, I try to, just get rid of literally everything like that. I don't want to do any boring routines, because I do have some discipline that I can enforce on myself, but I am for sure, in a way, what they call a fire spirit in Swedish, which means that if you just let me do what I want to do, there are few limits to my energy and drive in that thing. But if you try to direct it, you will extinguish that fiery passion very quickly. Right, 10 minutes, read, no scrolling social media. Yeah, the thing I was saying is that you have to do basically, let's say your life is 50% things that you don't want to do because you have to, like work and taking out the trash, stuff like that. And the other 50% are your free hours, your free time that you get to spend doing whatever you want, the good parts of life. And then you waste them on scrolling social media, and you are left in your life because the bad parts don't go away. You still have to work, you still have to take out the trash, but you have eliminated the good part. So now you have made your life 100% dog shit, and you wonder why you feel bad. It's crazy, crazy how we wonder, how we feel bad. God damn. And 3 hours every day. You know how much you can do in 3 hours? We know this because you have a job, and some of you will have jobs where the tempo is unnaturally low. I've had jobs like that when I worked in construction, and I know some of you work at a desk with very little pressure, but some other people in construction and stuff like that will know what I'm talking about, especially if you are a carpenter or a welder or a manufacturer, or if you are, I don't know what it's called when you are in the lower tiers of nursing. You know how much a person can get done in 3 hours. It is so much. And if we spend 3 hours, off our screens doing something, we realize how long 3 hours are. If you're at your screen scrolling or, playing video games, 3 hours go by like nothing. If you drive somewhere that takes 3 hours, you sort of get a feel for how long it is, but just try it. Try it today. I will try it because I proposed the challenge, and if you're still watching, you are amazing. I love you. Just set a timer, and before that, plan what you're going to do. And it could be beneficiary to make it things that you will be very happy if they get done. But, or just make sure that you have something to do that is in real life, in the moment, whether it's dancing, running, working out, uh, drawing. Don't do writing because you can get stuck. Cleaning, laundry, or fixing something if you are good at that. For most of you, I would include just cleaning the house. Then set a timer for 3 hours. I'm going to do it after this video and see how much you can get done. And then you'll realize just how much time you are spending. If you don't want to do anything, set a timer for 3 hours and then go sit in a room that is empty and you stare at the wall. I dare you. Just sit in a room and stare at the wall for 3 hours. Then you will truly understand how much time you're spending on social media, scrolling every day. Okay, let's go on to the next subject. What I'm going to do today is look up a new hobby because I have too much space and time in my life because I'm not scrolling social media. So I need something else to do, and I want to meet new people and living where I live with the, being on call, and the ankle monitor that I joke that I have. I'm not getting to know new people at the rate that I want to, even though I go to university. Um, and I more and more get out and party and stuff like that. It's just way too slow. I want to get to know like 20 new people, preferably this summer. Um, I'm looking to. Um I still have problems. I have gotten a microphone for my computer, but I need one for my phone, and it's not working. And it's so annoying, and I don't have enough money to buy a new phone. I just bought this one, but I bought a Samsung just because I've always used Samsung, and they are good in the way that if you accidentally drop them on the floor, they don't break. I have never broken a Samsung phone by dropping it on the floor, and I've dropped it many times, and at least 5 times I've dropped the Samsung phone from hand height onto a concrete floor, and it has never broken. The only time I have ever broken a Samsung phone, or maybe it was a Sony phone, yeah. So I have always walked around in soft pants. I don't know what it's called, mjukisbyxor, um, sweatpants. And I'm gonna start doing that again because this jeans era is just me trying to be someone that I'm not. Fuck that. And the only problem is that when you sit down, especially in a car, things fall out of your pocket. So I did this, and another person that I met have also done this. You would open the car door, you sit down, and as you slam the door shut, because this was 1971 Volvo 140, and then you gotta put some muscle into it, and there's no sort of padding or plastic or stuff like that. Some rubber, still a good car, but and the phone falls out, and you crush it with the door, and it's just broken beyond repair. Because of course, when you slam a metal door using arms like these, it's something like 50 megatons of force. I like ranting like this, but takes a long time to get to the point, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I still have a lot to talk about. My teeth are super. I need to stop using nicotine when I go to sleep. That is one of the goals for this summer, because they break, these bags, they break in my sleep, because I think in my mouth it gets too dry, and you just get shit all over your teeth. And I noticed when I did the white stuff that my teeth got a lot whiter, and I might switch back to those, but I need bigger bags, so I need to look into that. Here we go. This is some behind the scenes. Also, first, oh my god, I want, of course, the view. So here is the room where I'm sitting in the morning. I'm decorating this room with memories paintings. I got the inspiration from Devon Larratt, an arm wrestler, and these are all things that my kid or one of my stepkids have drawn, and this is from Liseberg, photos of us. Uh, this is also painting that I got, and this is also painting that I got, and this one, and um the TV right there, bathroom over there. Uh, this is where Isaac, my son, sits and plays video games or his piano. He's getting very good. Out there is the porch, and I don't know why the sun is like it is. Maybe it's because it's past midsummer or, it's summertime, but I remember waking up and the sun was like this because me and my wife had our bed right there, and I really liked waking up at like 8 by having the sun shine on my face. So I think I'm actually gonna move my chair a little bit over there because that view is so much better. And here, this is hard. It's hard because it's so behind the scenes. I'm sitting here just relaxing with my blanket, and here is my table of shame. This is where all the dishes end up. This is yeah, this is where we put our breakfast plates and stuff like that. He usually sits over there. We do have a beautiful kitchen, which I don't sit in except when I talk to people, which is a very sort of Svanskog thing, I think. Maybe it's just a thing in my family, but sitting in the kitchen and talking and maybe having a beer, having a coffee, and having the radio play in the background is it's nice. I like it a lot. It's very old school, um, and it's one of my favorite activities. So if you ever want to come by for a coffee, doesn't matter who you are, because if you're watching this video for this long, you are for sure a friend of mine. If you want to be, just you know, reach out and send a message, pick up the phone and call. My number is not secret. And I'll make coffee and we'll sit in the kitchen. This up here is where I I'm gonna spend my mornings, perhaps next summer or this fall, or evenings. It's a balcony that is goes out from my bedroom, and I do sometimes feel bad about not drinking coffee out on the porch, but I'm gonna let that go because I like listening to nice summer music or other music in the morning while I drink my coffee and wake up. And then I drink energy drink. I love caffeine and I refuse to feel bad about it. I don't give a shit. I love it so much. And it's not bad for you. It makes you energetic and it makes you do stuff. And when people ask me, how do you have so much energy? Well, trying drinking more caffeine. Um, and, the people that say, oh, don't drink caffeine. I was like this, by the way. And, it's a good thing to remember, but I most, I most definitely have to learn what is known as what the Gen Z call retard maxing, which us millennials call YOLO. I'm going to talk about this in a second. Don't drink caffeine after 14 or 2 p.m. because it has a half-life time of whatever. It's going to ruin your sleep. Just stop. Just stop. I'm going to give praise to my ex-wife. She's a warrior in a sense. She operated on like 4 hours of sleep for years and years and years and years and years. And despite this, she has a better memory and a working memory than most people I come across, and she looks 10 years younger than she actually is. This whole sleep ordeal, man. When it comes to fitness and especially strength training, yes, sleeping a lot is crucial. But for life, man, you'll know when you have to sleep more. You'll know when your sleep is bad. And the body will automatically sort of adapt itself and fix it for you. And I only slept 6 hours last night because. So let's talk about the retard maxing. I've been following this guy on YouTube, and I sometimes, I start out by listening to this summer music. This clip might be 1.5 hours, by the way. I don't care. I'm having a great time, and I want to talk about all of this. Um, so I listen to the summer music when I'm drinking my coffee because I just don't talk to me. Don't try to put information in my head. My ears hurt when I wake up. Just leave me alone for 10 minutes while I drink my coffee. And then I have woken up, and then I look at my emails, stuff like that. And then I plan my day and, you know, try to sort out my thoughts and my life. And while I do that, I like to listen to, I have on in the background various different people talking, like I'm doing now. Uh, I like the content that I make, the sort of content. And some of them do seminars, some of them are, influencers, some of them are sports psychologists. You have people like basically Elliot Hulse paved the way for all of this. And then you have people like Jordan Peterson. Then you have people like Jocko Willink. Then you have people like Andrew Tate. Uh, and these are, the biggest ones, I guess. And people have all sorts of thoughts about these people. And for some reason, people always have to come with the caveat or I'm going to be completely honest. Since, if you're watching this at 54 minutes almost, you're a real one. Most people are so dumb, man. You're so stupid. Uh, not only are they so politically hate driven, and that is sort of the modern leftist problem that even left wing people know about. You all know this. I have people who are left leaning, and well, I don't love it anymore so much, but I used to love learning about politics from a neutral perspective and understanding the psychology between left wing and right wing people. And then I learned the political history of the new left, the old left, and I'm interested now in this new divide amongst the American right and stuff like that. But I have followed and listened to out of interest people like Destiny, like Hassan, Asmongold, everyone at the Daily Wire, Anna, Anna, I don't remember her name, and all of these people. And Destiny, one of the biggest names in left wing politics, says it himself. The modern left is so driven by hate, shame, and guilt, and they are just blinded by their own. Well, he didn't say this last part, that's me talking. They are so blinded and stuck on their ideology that everything in their life has to be sort of filtered or funneled through this ideological lens. And it's psychotic. Uh, I've met people who, in a psychotic fashion, cannot stop talking about their political sort of thing. And it's always, always people on the left. And I think they foster this culture by, you know, and, you know, don't peg me as some sort of right wing person. I swear to God, I am so far above politics that don't even try it. They foster this sort of mentality, which is good in that context because what the left stands for is progressive thinking, new things, adapting to changing times. And here's the thing, right? I used to say that the left and the right is like the gas and the brake of a car. You need both. You need the gas to get somewhere, and you need the brakes to stop. And that has always been the case, right? Because the right, with its traditionalism and conservatism, is doomed to fail by definition. Because what they want is for nothing to change, and that is impossible. And that's fine, you know. Uh, but you have to understand this as if you are a right wing person, you cannot stay in the past completely. You know, maybe they will manage to remain 99% intact. Then, it's a good day for the conservatives and the traditionalists. But things will change, times change, the years go by. And the biggest part, right, is technology. Technology is the reason that we need some sort of progressive thinking because we have to adapt and evolve to this sort of changing world. So if you want change, and that is true for life, I could put this in a motivational Monday video. If you want change, you have to make change happen. If you want your sort of change. Now, change will happen whether you want to or not, but if you want to control change or make extra change, you have to make that happen. And that is why the left has fostered a culture of activism. You have to get out there, you have to protest, you have to speak your mind, you have to convince other people. It is one of the ideologies that has replaced, semi replaced, I would say, Christianity because that used to be about, being a missionary, spreading the word. And that has continued instead in this modern leftist ideology. But it's so annoying, man. I don't want to hear you talk today again about feminism. I don't care, Sarah. I don't care. No one cares. You're just being annoying and bitter because you're not present with other people. Let's say we are hanging out right now and I tell you about a car that I was working on yesterday. I fixed the, you know, underneath it, there was rust, holes, and I fixed it. I welded it, cut out new plates and stuff like that. If you are a normal person, you would respond with something that has to do with what I just said. Even if that is, oh, I don't understand anything about that. I don't know anything about that. And it could even be, I don't care about that. Let's talk about something else. That is rare, though, if you try. And, if I tell you this, it's probably because I know that you could give a decent answer. Or if, if I tell you this and you don't have an, chance to respond to it properly, then that's on me, my bad. But most of my friends, if I say that, they can respond with, oh, how did it go? Or did you finish? Or what else is there to do on the car? Or they will tell me about something proximate to that they did yesterday or a different time, or offer their sympathy. Oh, that sucks. Welding rust is the worst. But these people, they only have their agenda to talk about. And it's so annoying that I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on to the list. One of the guys that I have been listening to these mornings talks about retardmaxing, which is basically living a YOLO life and, don't worry so much about what you should be doing or should be drinking caffeine and stuff like that. And you're putting so many shackles on yourself via this super ego. He didn't say that, but I'm saying that. And I've done this so much, gotten caught up in the hustle culture and but not only that, like self-imposed discipline, because like I talked about, I've told you I have ADD, and one way of sort of fixing that, I guess, is to train yourself to develop this sort of routines and discipline and internal rule set. And here's the thing, you absolutely don't have to have ADD to do this to yourself or have this happen to you via your parents or social media. And social media is the worst. It's by far the worst. Just stop scrolling on Instagram. YouTube is so much better, but there's still problems if you listen to the wrong people. Just listen to me. Because it's going to put so many rules on you that you'll never have time to do anything else. I watched a video about two guys who implemented daily routines that were supposed to be good for you. So, like meditation and running and stretching. And for 30 days, they started out with one and then they added one each day. And despite this just being, good things, after like day 15, they basically filled up their whole days and used all of their time and energy on this sort of routines. And that's what happens when you let yourself internalize rules and direction from other people. You will destroy your freedom and your spirit. And this is not just me. I've gotten so much good experience and knowledge from getting to do my 10 sort of, you know, sessions with people. And this is a huge problem that a lot of people have. And that's why I'm talking about in my videos. Just have fun. Just do things that you find fun. Because this aim for happiness, if I just do all of these things that people tell me to do, or that I've seen on social media, because we learn by, um, we learn by, what the fuck is it called? By observing, right? We see that these people are doing this and that. And even if they don't tell you that you should be doing that, monkey see, monkey do. And you follow their vision. And this is true for some men. Well, I'm not even going to separate men and women. Because now that I think about it, it's as true for men and women. It's as true, but it's a little bit more obvious and easy to explain with women. It's about getting married, having children, posting good pictures on social media. But more than anything, it's traveling and renovation. You need to relax. You don't have to renovate all of your house all the time, and you don't have to go on trips where you forcefully sort of plan activities for social media, or because it is something that one should be doing. The most chill people that I know are the ones that travel the least, who have the most peace in their soul. The people that I know who have the least peace in their soul are the ones that travel the most. Because I live in a place that is have beautiful nature, so that's not an excuse. And what then does travel mean by either searching for something or getting away from something? What is travel beyond that? And you could say it's about the experience, it's about expanding your view, it's about finding yourself, you might even say. And it's absolute bullshit. It's horse shit. I want to tell you what I did yesterday because I decided to go all in on this retard maxing, and can't tell you everything because that would be yeah. Let's just so I decided to, because as he explained, and I like following people's advice. I'm not one of those guys that give advice and then I can't follow advice. I believe in trying to following people advice, which is why I give you advice that I believe that is good to try and follow. You are a false guru and a bullshitter if you are someone that doesn't, you know, if you just talk the talk and not walk the walk. I know people like that. So I decided to try what he was saying, and retard maxing is first of all, don't be an idiot, don't overthink things, don't be that person that sort of thinks to the point where they always come up with the wrong conclusion. Retard maxing is just turn off your super ego, shut off all of these rules that you have for yourself, and experience life and be a yes man, basically. And yeah, just be a retard, basically, in a good way. Just be retarded. So when someone that I know very well called me and was like, would you like to go out for a beer? Just instantly, everything in my body was like, no. And that is because I am at core an introvert. My first reaction was no. But then I was like, dude, what else are you gonna do? And also, you said you were gonna retard max, so you say yes. Don't even think about it. So I said yes, sure. We went to get a beer. It was a Tuesday yesterday, by the way. But like I said, I'm super blessed to be free in a manner because of this ankle monitor. I'm also free and I'm studying, which everyone should do, by the way. You should, if you live in Sweden and you don't use up all of your CSN to study, that is a huge mistake. I'm just gonna drop that because I'm gonna make a different video about it. So we got a beer and we met a Norwegian fellow. I've seen him sometimes in the village, and the place closed at 7, and we were like, it's a beautiful day, the sun's out, and we already had a beer, so my internal me, the part that I was shutting down, was like, well, it's already fucked, so I'll see you tomorrow. And then my super ego left and left me retarded. So I said, well, I've got booze, let's go to my place. And we spent the afternoon and evening just drinking and smoking. Smoking is important in when you are retard maxing, because, and I understood this morning, it sort of clicked for me. Why is it important? Yes, because it is retarded. It is good now, and you do it with other people, but it is expensive, pointless, and unhealthy. And it's sort of the test, I guess. And you're not supposed to think too much about this because that makes you the idiot, apparently, if you go by the retard maxing. But it's the test. If you're not smoking while retard maxing, you are not retard maxing. Then you're thinking about, oh, it's unhealthy, I don't like it, it's unnecessary, it's gonna make me whatever. I like it, but I don't do it because it is expensive, it's unhealthy, and it makes me smell bad. But in that moment, in the retard maxing moment, I felt fantastic. I felt like this is life, and you don't have to do it all the time, every day. But if you can't do it ever, you have a problem. And then what we absolutely did not do, I want to make this clear, we did not, while drunk, do donuts on the lawn with a motorcycle. Never happened. That would be going too far. I have two more points. And probably this is by myself, but that's fine because this is a nice memory. The 9th of July 2025, just having a long, good morning before I'm starting my day. The other guy that I listen to a lot right now is a controversial figure. His name is... And he talks a lot about authenticity, and this hit home so much for me. And I want to make a different video about this, but basically it is about being real. And as soon as he said this, I'm like, oh my God. I used to be so real. I used to be a real one, like an actual real one. People have been telling me this my entire life, and recently I've just been so fake. Not fake, but just someone that I'm not. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I so soon woke up from that and found myself. And, I have to thank my ex-wife for doing what she did, because I really needed it. I was really and truly losing myself into becoming someone that I'm not in so many ways, just so far off. And I don't think it would have been possible for me to become who I really am again in that relationship. So, we had a fantastic couple of years, just 10 out of 10 every day. If I ever had an 8 out of 10 day, it was because something terrible happened that day. Even in our worst days, she was, oh man. So thank you to her for that amazing time, and thank you for being the catalyst to my individuation. Just, yeah, the Nala of my life, for sure. And real ones, man. I've talked about this with some of my friends, and I'm making video about this too. You have to find real people, real ones, and they're so rare, but you will know just immediately when you find them. And you have to be real yourself, because here's the thing, and I learned this from Julia, and it's so true. It's good. First of all, real people understand that you cannot be liked by everyone, and the more real you are, and if you are a unique person, the less people are going to super connect with you. And that is, think of it like this: how high percentage of people that you meet do you like really like? And for me, I actually kind of like people, but still it's, 20% I actively dislike, and maybe 60% are like, and the remaining 20% I really like. And I really, really like them because they have some sort of characteristics, right? Why would more than 20% of people really like me then? Why should or would everyone like me when I don't like everyone? There is no one who is liked by everyone. Just think about a big name. Think about a big name that you like. Of course, when talking about religious figures, Jesus and stuff like that, you have sort of the enemies of Christ, and it's not strange that even though 3 billion people like him, that a billion doesn't like him. Maybe, I don't know. But even a non-controversial figure, if you can think about someone like that, the Queen of England, there's tons of people who didn't like her. Elvis Presley, there's tons of people who didn't like him. And to try to be liked by everyone makes you super fake. That is actually super fake. That means you are putting on a persona, putting on a mask, and no one likes that. The person that tries to be everyone's friend is no one's friend, and that is super true. If you go to a ball game and you're like, I cheer for both people, no one's going to like you. You have to dare to be yourself. And this took me a long time ago because someone that I really, really loved tried to teach me the opposite. And it didn't resonate with me. And then I more and more tried to embrace that idea. And it took me a long time to discard it because it's not true. An easy thing. And like I said, in politics, I'm not engaged in it. And I don't want anyone to, leave or like me extra because of any political beliefs, because I am truly a spectator. Trust me on that. But if I were to say right now that if I lived in USA, I would have voted for Kamala Harris, that would me being more genuine, and that would alienate and push away a large percentage of people. And it's not true. So don't worry about it. Find real people that match with you. That is fantastic advice. I'm pleased with myself. When you do that, you're going to have an amazing time. I promise you that. And the last question in this 90-minute video. An old friend asked me yesterday, how do you come up with all of the ideas? And I told him that, it's easy when you study, because you can just do whatever it is that what you read today. And the truth is, I have too many ideas. They just pile on and on and on and on. Coming up with new ideas for the video is not difficult for me at all. I came up with these. This is 5 video ideas, and I went through them today, and this video is not. I could have just done 9 10-minute videos, or 5 20-minute videos. I could make a video on morning routine, which I'm not, because that is a cliche subject at this point. I can make a video about planning your day. I can make a video about retardmaxing. I can make a video about real ones and authenticity. And I can make a video on how I come up with my ideas. Anyway, I'm going to do the challenge now. Damn. I'm gonna eat 2 bananas. Then I'm gonna set a timer 3 hours, and then we're gonna see how much I can get done. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.